What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We are here to talk about Belle Collective. Don't forget to come back at our regular tribe meeting time, but we'll be having my birthday party. I don't know what to do, like, other than just do a regular tribe meeting and like have people come up. I mean, I don't have anything special to do tonight. I'm real low energy, real low key, I guess. I guess when my plans fell through to go to Atlanta, I was kind of just like, I just kind of chill out. I was thinking about Sweepy. I was thinking about going down to that karaoke bar this weekend. The one down at the harbor where you can get like a room. I was thinking about doing something like that. I don't know. I really don't have any plans for my birthday this weekend. Like I really don't. But I'm actually getting ready to go out of the country for a week. So I think that's kind of why I'm like low key, because Monday, maybe I'm gonna be out of here. But anyway, Serena's struggling. I know. Listen, I haven't been watching it if I'm being honest, but we're gonna send positive vibes and thoughts to Miss Serena. I want to see this. I want to see the comeback be successful because I know why she's coming back. Well, at least I ain't gonna say I know like we friends, but I feel like I know why she's coming back. Anyway, let's get into this Belle Collective, child. So this is Friday night's episode of Belle Collective. Y'all know I was out of town, so we get into it as fast as we can get to it. Hey, y'all coming in. Hey. So there was basically only two things that went down on this episode, right? The first thing we have is this whole Leticia husband swap conversation situation. And then we have this situation over here with Carrie and her mother-in-law. So I'm not going to go scene by scene. I'm really just going to kind of talk about those two situations because that's really all that we saw on this episode. We didn't see Marie. We didn't see Selena. We didn't see Tambra. So we really only saw these women, if I'm remembering correctly. If they were on here, then it wasn't memorable. So Leticia and Latrice, they go to a sound bath. Let me tell y'all something about a sound bath. I did my first sound bath about a month and a half ago, maybe it was. I cannot wait to do another one. If you've never done a sound bath, I'm telling you, it is so relaxing. And even though I didn't actually fall asleep, some people fell asleep. I didn't fall asleep. But when I tell you, for like the next 3 days, I had the best sleep that I had in a long time. Y'all know I'm doing a lot better with my sleep now, but y'all know for a while I was having a hard time with my sleep. And when I tell you that like the next 3 nights, it was like uninterrupted. As soon as my head hit the pillow, didn't wake up till the alarm clock went off the next morning kind of sleep. Baby, I hadn't slept like that in so long. And all I can do is say that all I can do is connect it to that sound bath because honestly, it was like night and day. So if you've never done a sound bath, I'm telling you, it is so relaxing. And so, yeah. So that was a good thing. When they said they came out of there feeling lighter, I don't think that was no bull hockey. Like I really do feel like that because I know that was the experience for me. Now they get to talking. They're still working on their relationship. They still working on building their relationship up. What Cheryl was with me. I was hoping you would drop down. Cheryl was with me. That sound bad. Cheryl, I'm ready to do another one. We're gonna have to talk to Treese. I'm waiting on Treese to hit me up and tell me whether tomorrow or Friday is better for her. And what time, but we'll talk about that when we go to dinner because I'm ready to do another sound bath. It was so much fun. I mean, when I say fun, you know what I'm saying? It was so good. Now we got to find somewhere else to go to eat afterwards because that place we went to go eat, I was not feeling it. And I should have done a review because everybody talk about how great that place is. And I didn't think it was all that great. And I spent a whole lot of fucking money and it wasn't even that good, but moving right along. So, with that being said, child, let me get my brain together. So they decided, Treese was like, well, I'm trying to have a baby and, Zaddy ain't trying to hear it. I keep putting off this fibroid surgery because I'm scared that that restaurant. But you know what I do want to try? Remember where we were right there, where we went to go eat, there was a Asian Prime. I do want to try that. That I do want to try. And I'm gonna look up their menu. I'm sure their prices are a little pricey because it's a Prime restaurant. but I do want to try that, you know. So maybe we can check. I have to look at the prices and see if that's in my bank account. But I want to do that anyway. Oh damn, I forgot to go get my package off the steps. Damn it. So moving right along. So the next thing, so anyway, so Latrice wants to, she wants Leticia to talk to her husband about wanting to have a baby or being ready to have a baby, and the restaurant, him stepping up with the restaurant so she could have this surgery. And then Leticia was like, well, you could talk to Glenn about this whole, him understanding why I want a post-nuptial and da 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 da. Let me explain something to y'all. This was a cute scene for for the purposes of filming something. But y'all know how I feel about that whole, you go talk to him and I'm going to go talk to her. And then we're going, no, absolutely not. Now, I think that Leticia had more success talking to Zaddy than Latrice had talking to Glenn for a variety of reasons. Number one, honestly, Latrice's husband actually made sense. Latrice's husband was like, listen, before she started talking about having a baby, she need to be healthy. So until she has that surgery, until her body heals, and then we hear what the doctors tell us about what it looks like for her post surgery, like fertility wise and all of that kind of stuff. Ain't no needing us getting worked up about no daggone baby until we have those conversations and we get on the other side of this surgery. Now, that is not what he said when she asked him about a baby. He told her she waited too long, and oh well, you wait, you waited too long, and now I ain't ready to have a baby. To be clear, that's not what he said. However, the conversation he had with Leticia, actually was right. He actually was making sense. Now, as far as this whole restaurant and him stepping up, let me explain something to y'all. I really want us, and when I say us, I mean all of us, because I'm guilty of this as well. I really want all of us to start accepting people as they show up to us instead of trying to make them something that they are not. If your husband said to you, listen, I take care of this, you take care of that, and the restaurant is going to be okay, even if you know that that's not the case. Even Latrice, if you know that you do more than just sit with a laptop, sit with the laptop and do work from the laptop. A lot of people who work with their hands, who do physical labor, tend to negate or tend to downplay what people do who are more corporate, who are more white collar. Like, it happens across the board. Latrice, just hire you a general manager that you trust. Now, it seems like y'all having a hard time keeping people in that restaurant. However, find you a general manager. That's it. That's all. You're going to be down for maybe 6 weeks. You're not going to be down for 6 months. I've had the surgery. Matter of fact, I've actually had, listen, I've had the surgery. I've had all kinds of surgeries on my reproductive organs, okay? Y'all know that I ended up having to have a hysterectomy because, baby, my body just wouldn't do what my doctors needed my body to do. So I understand that, yes, you're going, but you're not going to be down like that. Hire you a good general manager, somebody that you trust, train them, and go have that damn surgery. And don't have the surgery because you're ready to have a baby. Have the surgery because that's what your body needs you to do. We are all, when I say we are all guilty, I don't mean every single person in the world, but I mean on a general basis, we are guilty of not taking our health seriously. When a doctor tells us things, we are guilty of feeling like it's a suggestion and not a need. We are guilty of a doctor telling us to do stuff and we half-ass do it. I'm guilty. Absolutely guilty. So Latrice, I'm not going to beat you up for putting off this surgery because, again, I've been guilty of not moving with haste when my doctor tells me to do certain things or recommends certain things for me to do. However, comma, girl, how are you a manager and going about your way? You're not going to make him do something that he's not going to do. In his mind, I handle the labor. I do the physical stuff. I bet you when something break in that restaurant, he get it fixed. He was pulling down trees. Like that is his wheelhouse. That is what he's good at. Leave him there. Let him sit in it. Now, as far as Glenn and Latrice's conversation, here's the problem with Glenn and Latrice. Let's pretend for a minute that we believe this is a real storyline, because I already told y'all I don't a bit more believe that Latrice and Glenn are going to break up than the Man in the Moon. We got a better chance of the Beatles getting back together, and half of them are dead. Okay, I think all of the Beatles are no longer with us except for like 2. So I think we got a better chance of the Beatles getting back together than we have of Leticia and Glenn really divorcing. But let's walk down that road for a minute. Let's go on and pretend like we really believe this is some bullshit going on with them. Now, they need to break up. Here's the reality of the situation. Leticia, you've outgrown Glenn. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I don't want to sound like I'm being arrogant. I don't want nobody to think I'm talking down on nobody, because that's not my intention. But you have outgrown him. Period. Y'all been together since y'all were in high school. It was a different power dynamic. He went off to work and he was working, making good money, working on the thing that he works on when he's gone. What them things, the barges or whatever like that. Quake, did you get my email? No, that wasn't you. Was that you? Quake, was that you? Let me know if that was you. If it was you, I responded to your email, and my sincerest apologies for the delay. I did not see the email, so I apologize. If it wasn't you, then because I don't want to call your government name, but I anyway, if it was you, you know it was you. But with that being said, you'll check. Okay. Let me know if that was you. That if you emailed me about something with the cruise, then I'm talking about you. Sometimes I forget y'all government names, which are computer name. I mean, which are YouTube names. But I think it was you. I do. So let me know if that was you. And like I said, you can call me or email me and let me know. So my apologies. So you've outgrown him. And again, y'all are having a good time on the show and y'all are doing the woo for the show or whatever. But at the end of the day, you've outgrown this man. Y'all been together since high school. He went off, like I said, he was making good money for where y'all live. He was making good money. Y'all had the baby. You took care of home while he was gone. And in the midst of all of that, he fucked around. Right? He messed around to the point where y'all thought it might have even been a baby out there. Okay. You just stumbled into this TV show that is now on its 8th season. That first season or 2, he probably wasn't even tripping off of it because y'all weren't sure if the show was going to stick. Y'all wasn't sure how long it was going to stay on. Now you are on season 8. You've probably renegotiated your contract a few times. You're probably making a little bit more change. Like in the beginning, you might have been making like $1,500 an episode. Y'all only had 10 episodes. By the time you take out taxes, boom, 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 he probably was like, oh, let her keep her little chump change. It probably wasn't even that deep. Fast forward 8 years later, not only are you now probably making more money, but you have more opportunities, which some are real, some are fabricated for the show, but some are some real opportunities that you've probably stumbled into. We know that you do the bail bondsman situation and you have other things that are going on, like legitimately going on. This man is intimidated by that. I mean, let's just have a real conversation. And in my Carlos King voice, let's have a real conversation. He's intimidated by that. He is intimidated by the fact that you are making your own money and what that means for him. Because he is an old school man that was probably raised by old school people who the man's supposed to be the head of the household. The man is supposed to be this, and that. And you are evolving out of that. All of these problems that y'all are having, whether they are real or fabricated, all of these problems that y'all are having are evolving out of the fact that the power dynamic has shifted. And Glenn doesn't know what to do with that. To be fair, Leticia, you're not wrong for saying, I want to understand. We were just having this conversation about Alicia on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Leticia, you're doing the exact opposite of what Alicia is doing. Alicia and Glenn would be perfect because Alicia is like, I just want to sit back and enjoy. Like, I don't want to know all the minutia. I just want my name on the house. I don't want to explain. I don't want you to explain to me the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how. I just want it to happen. Okay. I don't want to worry about any of the ins and the outs. I just want my name. It was you. Okay. I don't want to call y'all government name. So I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Cool. And again, my apology for the delay. I did not see the email. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I have it on my phone that I get alerts from that email, but it must have just got, yeah. But I'm gonna do better. Wait a minute. Hold on. Somebody just sent me something. Hold on. Okay, girl. I'm sorry. I got a text from y'all know Powerful that be in the chat. She was supposed to have knee surgery today, so she just sent me a text telling me that they ended up canceling her surgery, and she done got her a ticket. She on her way to go see Maddie and Craig. She thought she wasn't gonna be able to go because her surgery was supposed to be today. Girl, she's a mess. Okay, so you always call my government name. Well, that's your YouTube name, is your government name. I can't help that. You and Cheryl, I can't help that y'all got y'all real name up here. But for people who don't, I try to respect that, you know. She's right. I'm sorry. Let me focus. Let me back here. Let me focus. Right. She's in a position now where, right, she's making money. She should want to know where her money is. She should want to have her own bank account and her own credit cards. It is absolutely ridiculous that her mama had to like basically put her on as an authorized user on a credit card to help her establish credit. That is ridiculous. That this grown ass woman, Leticia, is probably in her 40s, if not, she knocking on her 40s, with a child that's getting ready to be in high school, and she didn't even have enough established credit to get a credit card in her name. She had to go open up her own bank account. You know, he when he was talking to Latrice, he talking about something. Well, was yours is mine, and was mine is mine. Was yours is mine, and was mine is yours. No, it's not. Not if she didn't even have her own bank account. Right, true, Cheryl, true. not if she had to ask you to get money when it was time to pay bills and buy groceries and do the things that she needed to do. No, that's not. That wasn't was yours is mine, it was mine. No. Not if your mama is still on your insurance policy and your 401k. Absolutely not. I'm not saying you shouldn't want to, leave a little something to your mom, but what I am saying is you have a wife and a child. Like, go get a separate life insurance policy if you want to leave something to your mom, or make sure the life insurance policy is enough that it's going to be realistic to leave something to your mom and to your child and to your wife. But the fact that Leticia, that we found out that her name not even on your paperwork, she's not wrong. And I understand that we get the words prenup and postnup make us go, ooh, and it makes us feel like, oh, well, if somebody gonna get a prenup, they planning for failure. Oh, you want a postnup, that means you ready to leave me. No, it just means that our situation has changed. Therefore, we need to adjust the power structure. That's just my opinion. Now, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say the same thing about Glenn that I'm gonna say that I just said about child Zaddy. You can't make him be what he's not. You've tried to explain it to him. Hell, he went to a lawyer and the lawyer explained it to him. He still feels like if y'all sign a postnup, that's the equivalent of a divorce for him. So now you got to make a decision. How important is this to you? Because I don't see him changing his mind. Now he might, maybe if y'all go to a lawyer together, maybe if y'all talk to a mutual party together and let somebody explain and say, listen, This is not about you losing anything. This isn't about her trying to take anything from you. This isn't even about her trying to end the marriage. This is about her protecting all the things that she has going on and making sure that the power structure is even. Because at the end, I'm wondering if Leticia even saw her checks. Like, it now it's making me wonder, when she was getting paid, did Leticia even see her checks? If she didn't even have a bank account, where was her paycheck from Belle Collective going? Was it going to you, Glenn? Leticia said when she left Glenn, she had $10 in the bank. What? That's what we're talking about. So anyway, again, that scene at the end of this where Leticia and Glenn were talking, and he basically told her that he ain't signing no prenup, and at this point he's just ready for a divorce. Girl, do it. And I don't never tell nobody leave they. It never is a strong word, but I don't give advice like that. Like, I'm not one of those people that tell people leave your husband, leave your. I mean, unless it's a physical situation going on, like there's some sort of physical abuse or something going on. But I don't tell nobody leave they. Like, girl, if you like it, I love it. But what I'm saying is, don't threaten me with a good time. If that man said, "Well, if I sign this post up, you might as well just get a divorce." Okay. Quake, I think she loves that man. I think she's no longer in love with him. I do not think that Leticia is still in love with Glenn. That is my opinion. I do think she still loves him. And I think she wants him to be okay. I just think she no longer desires to be his girl. I mean, that's his girl, his wife. I just don't think he desires that anymore. But anyway, so that's all I got for them. That little scene at the end, again, I feel like we've seen that scene 50,000 times with Leticia and Glenn, and I don't care no more. I'm with Glenn. At this point, we can't keep circling the drain. Either we going to shit or get off the pot. I'm with Glenn on this one. Like, what we doing? What we doing here? She's too afraid to leave. She loves him, but she doesn't like him. Yeah, I'm with you. And I do think she's afraid to leave. And that's a scary thing to do. I mean, she's been with this man since high school. It is scary. You know, it is very scary to say, I'm out of here. All right. Next, let's get into this Carrie of it all. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say this. I was exhausted looking at this. I was exhausted for the husband, for Carrie's husband. I was exhausted for me. Let me say this. Let's start with this land situation. I think it is an absolute blessing that, what's Carrie's husband name, y'all? What's that man name? Shoot. I don't know about how to remember these pen names. Matt, that's it. Thank you, Quake. Quake and Chuck be helping me out with these names, honey. Matt. I think that it is such a blessing that Matt's family, especially as a Black family down south, have all of this land. And I am not mad at his mom for saying we have to do what we have to do to make sure that we hold on to this land and make sure that this land stays in the family. Now, here is my question to Matt's mama. And this ain't my business. So when I say it's a question to you, I don't mean you owe me an explanation. I'm just curious because, I don't want his mama cussing me out. I'm just curious. What is the plan for the land? Because let me tell you something. Land is the only thing that they're not making any more of, okay? We can make more money. We can make more products. We can make more businesses. We can make more houses. We can make more cars. We can't make no more land. All the land that we're going to get on this earth is already here, okay? So the fact that his family has been able to hold on to this amount of land for generations, like, baby, that is a gold mine, okay? And I'm not mad at mama for saying we have to maintain this land. My question is though, I was looking at all that land and all those acres, and I guess my question is, what is it that y'all want to do with it? Like, do y'all want to build? Because I'm gonna tell you what I would do. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would put something on it. Now I don't know exactly where it is, but you say it's in the middle of nowhere, then build a resort. Build a resort. Put some tiny houses on there and a pool and a spa and like make a glamping. Put a glamping resort there. Like, people are always looking for stuff like that. I know me and my friends are. Like, we're always looking for like cute little things, cute little places to go. Like, I want to do my girlfriend, she did a whole glamping thing out in Arizona about 6 or 7 months ago with her family. Like, build a resort. You know, get a loan from the bank. Make a RV park. Y'all know I grew up. My family, we camped all over the United States. I grew up every weekend in summer. Well, not every weekend, but most weekends between Labor Day and Memorial Day. Most weekends, and in the summertime, we would take a big trip. Disney World, California, Niagara Falls, and we did it all in the RV. I told y'all the reason why I have been to 49 out of the 50 states. The majority of those states I traveled to growing up in the RV with my family, and it was a group of us, and it's not too many Black campers. And maybe I don't know what the dynamic is now, but I know when we were growing up, baby, if we pulled into a campground and we saw another Black family, it was like, yeah, it's some Black family over there, and we automatically became friends because we were that common bond that we were Black. And if they had kids, we played together, we hung together, and for that weekend, we was the best of friends. Our parents were cool. They would talk to each other. They might hang out by the fireplace. The fireplace, the fire pit. The kids were at the arcade and the park and the pool together. Baby, we bonded. It was an automatic thing that we bonded because we were the only Black people there. But it's got to be something y'all can do with the land. And again, there's nothing wrong with having the land, but make it make money for you. Get a loan. Matt, you're trying to start this baseball mentoring business, scouting business. Put a baseball park there, so you can have a camp, a training facility that make a top of the line baseball training facility that you create where all of the top baseball travel teams send their kids there in the summer or whatever. I don't know baseball season. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be something y'all can do with the land to make it make money for you. It's not. I love the fact that land is there, especially as a Black family in the South. I can only imagine how hard your great-great-grandfather had to work in order to buy that land, and I can only imagine how hard your family had to work and fight to hold on to that land all through Jim Crow and racism and proprietary speculation. Like, I can only imagine the stories that are connected to that land and probably the blood that was shed for that land. But at this point in 2026, why don't y'all sit down as a family and figure out what we're going to do with this land? And then get a loan from the bank. A bank. What he said, it was like 400 acres. It's something like 400, or I forgot them. I was like 400 or 800 acres. You can get a loan from the bank. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. A campground ain't that hard to build. I've been in some of the best campgrounds, and I've been at some of the nastiest campgrounds. Let me tell you something. Put you a pool. Put you a recreational center. Make sure you have the hookups for the sanitation hookups. Build you a couple of bathrooms and a bathhouse with people who can take showers. Make it nice. Maybe add a few amenities to it. Okay? And then you level out the spaces. You level out the spaces. And that's money 24/7. Because in where y'all are located, people gonna be camping year round. 24/7. Now I'm a little out of the camping game because I ain't camped in a long time. I ain't been in an RV, 400 acres. I ain't been in an RV in a long time. But I know when we were growing up, they had books, and I'm sure now they just have websites, right? But they had a whole book, Camping World. It was a book this damn thick of just campgrounds throughout the whole United States. And when my parents got ready to go on a trip, that's what they used. They would sit, it was like the yellow pages. They would sit there and they would look. It was broken down by state, and it was just like anything else. It would give you a rating like a hotel: 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star rating, just like a hotel. So you know if you're gonna get the basics or you're gonna get the Waldorf Astoria. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just all I got to say about the land. And I'm here for your mama saying, listen, we got to figure this out. We got to keep this land up because this is your family legacy. But at this point, now you got to make the land make money for you. It's a Black YouTuber that sold one of her houses, and she RV travels year round, and she rents her duplex out. Yeah. Y'all could just put a whole community of tiny homes and do them as Airbnbs, and it'd be like a whole community of tiny homes. You can create a resort, a glamping resort, put a spa on that bitch, and create a glamping resort, and you market it towards women who want to take girls trip, bachelorette parties, girls trips, like market it towards that that demographic. You understand what I'm saying? Put you a nice pool there. Anyway, forget it. Okay, so that's my 2 piece on the land. A place down the street from where I work is real basic. Lots 1K a month. Hello. I don't even know what my parents used to pay on average at a mid-level campground for 3 or 4 nights. But it was cheaper than a hotel room, but it was somewhere in that, it was in the range of, and again, I don't know what it would be today. I would have to look it up. But obviously it was cheaper than a hotel because you didn't have to worry about food and all that kind of stuff. You had your food and your campground with you. And again, the average campground had those basic things. It had a pool. Some of them had 2 or 3 pools, depending on how big it was. Some of them might have had an adult pool or a kid's pool, but you had a pool. You had a rec area with a basketball court. Some of them had putt-putt. You usually had like a arcade area where the teenagers could hang out. Back then, when I was growing up, the big thing was the arcade games and all of that. And you could probably still do. We play arcade. We go to Dave and Buster's and shit now, still do it. So you do the arcade game. Again, there was usually like a little like a place where you could gather if you wanted to do like events. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much the extent of it. Now, I stayed at campgrounds that had full-on amusement parks connected to it, water parks connected to it. I mean, it's all about where you want it to land. So I've seen amusement parks. I mean, I've seen campgrounds that are up here, and we've stayed at some that are like boom, like this, like it, and like there was this place we stayed in Myrtle Beach called Pirates Land. We used to love Pirates Land. They was on the beach, so you could get to the beach from within the campground. They had pools, they had putt-putt, and some of the campgrounds have themes. I don't went on a whole tangent about this, but some of the campgrounds had themes. So like there's this one campground up in North Dakota. Where's Is Mount Rushmore in North? I always get this mixed up. Is Mount Rushmore in North Dakota or South Dakota? Hold on, let me ask Siri. Don't you? Because she'll wake up. I don't want her to talk. I want to look on my phone. What did I just say? Mount Rushmore. Okay. South Dakota. So there's a campground. The reason why I remember because we stayed there when we went to Mount Rushmore. There's a campground, and it's probably gone now, y'all. But this was years ago because I was like 8th grade, so this was a long time ago. It's probably gone now. But the whole campground was a Flintstone theme. The whole campground, even the golf carts, they had the golf carts like looked like the cars from the Flintstones. Everything had a Flintstone theme. The streets, like you know how you find your campground, and they was paved. This is a really nice one. Everything was paved. They had the golf carts. They had the streets. They even had like the little buildings. Looked like everything was Flintstones, and they even had like the Flintstones characters will walk around, like at Disney World. You know what I mean? Child, it's so much stuff they could do. Anyway, my cousin's friend is in the process of buying a trailer home grounds. That's a great staple. Yes, that's good money. Jellystone Park. Yeah. Is that what it was called? I think it was. Yeah, but the whole thing, again, it's probably gone now, but it was right there. We stayed there when we went to Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm talking about, Quake? See, look what I'm talking about. See, Quake say she know the place I'm talking about. There's a place, I'm trying to think of some of the other campgrounds we've stayed in. Like Pirates Land. There's this place in the Shenandoah Valley where we used to stay, where it was a lake, but it had like a playground in the lake. Like I've seen it. That was the first time I had seen it. Like I've seen it at other places now, but like it had the merry-go-round and the swings and all of that was like in the lake, so you could get on all that stuff while you were in the lake playing. I used to like that. And again, I've seen that multiple places now, but that was the first place I had seen that. But yeah, they just campgrounds all over the place, y'all. Anyway, moving right along, child. You wonder if we might have quite. Did your family camped? And you said you went there too. We may have, because listen, one thing for you. So if your family camp, you know what I'm talking about. When it came to you founded a black family, it was like seeing Santa Claus. You were like. Speaking of which, I know it's Christmas in July, right? Y'all know I've been watching Christmas movies all day because it ain't even July yet, but they already started showing Christmas movies. Ah! Okay. Quake, we might have. Child, we might have. Quake, we might have. Because in the summers, we would take our big trips. Like, that's why I've been to Disney World. I think I've been to Disney World like 2 or 3 times. We went all the way. We went to California one year. That's when we went to North Dakota, because going to California, we went through the north. And coming back, we came through the south. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, Jellystone, Yogi, and Boo Boo. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me get back to this. So that's what I'm gonna say about the land of it all. Now, as far as this situation with Carrie and his mother, here's the thing. If y'all want me to buy into this storyline, y'all should have started at the beginning of this. If y'all wanted us to be vested in this storyline, I need to know how we got here, because you and Matt have been together since college, I guess. I think they've been together since college. You mean to tell me you've been having this fight with your mother-in-law for 20 years? 15, 18 years? You mean to tell me, like, I feel like the disrespect is on both ends. I feel like Carrie is disrespectful in how she talks about her mother-in-law, but I also feel like her mother-in-law is disrespectful in how she talks about Carrie. And I know that these things exist in real life. I know that there are mother and daughter-in-laws who just don't get along, mother and daughter-in-laws who clash. Like, I understand that. But as the viewer, I need you to take me back to the beginning. Like, were y'all ever cool? Did y'all ever get along? Where is the breakdown? No, but I might put the tree back up. Because the tree is right there. Y'all know it's still in that cardboard box. I never took it upstairs. I might put that tree up for the month of July. Since y'all love it so much. Maybe the mom doesn't want to be on camera. I don't think that. I think she's loving this. I think she's being extra, but I also think Carrie's being extra. I refuse to believe that the two of them have been talking about each other like this entirety of this marriage. And if they have, Matt, stop trying to make something work here. Like, if this is real, if Carrie is really this, disrespectful, extra, whatever the words we want to use towards her mother-in-law, and if the mother-in-law is really this disrespectful towards Carrie, just keep them apart. Like, just keep them apart. Because Carrie was doing too much and she was getting on my nerves and she kept over talking and cutting him off. And then the mama was just rude. When the mother told her husband, you need to tame her, you need to tame her. I said, oh, I'm done with this conversation. And then Carrie gonna say, not keep the bonsai. Not Tracy dropped down to insult my tree. Not Tracy dropped down just to insult my tree. Just for that, Tracy, I'm putting it up. The tree's going up. It'll be here for the party. Hey. And then when Carrie said a doctor doesn't ask a street sweeper how to be a doctor, I said, wait, what? Like the disrespect was coming on both sides. Let me tell you something. In my lifetime, I've seen more positive relationships with in-laws than negative. Now, but I've seen some toxic ones. Oh, baby, I have seen some nasty relationships between mother-in-laws and mother and daughter-in-laws. I definitely have. But I've also seen some really good ones. But my thing is, at the end of the day, Matt, you love your mom. Matt, you love your wife. If the two of them don't get along, then what you shouldn't be doing is trying to bring them together if you know they're not going to get along. And this scene at the end where the mother was just being so rude to Carrie and Carrie was being so rude to the mother, and then Carrie going to call her mama to come over there like that was her secret weapon or something. Child, I'm over all of that. I'm over all of it because I feel like, Matt, you wrong for trying to put a circle in a square. You already know that this ain't gonna work. Why are you trying to put this circle in this square? And Chuck say Matt ain't innocent either. He playing them against each other. Yeah, when she said she needed to tame her, I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I don't know what more you want from me in this conversation. Tom Mama and Mama Joyce, right. Right. So, excuse me. So with that being said, y'all, that was pretty much Belle Collective. I didn't even think I was gonna be here this long. But we went off on a whole tangent about the land situation. But yeah, I just think, and again, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know what kind of conversations the family has had about what to do with that land and how to move with that land. So, far be it for me to judge. I'm not judging. I don't want nobody to think I am, because I'm not. I think it's such a great thing that they have this resource. All I'm saying is I just think they need to find out a way to make the land make money for them. Like somebody's paying property taxes, somebody's paying to maintain it. Go to the bank, get you a loan, build you a resort, market it. With social media today, and with y'all being on this reality show, you can have that thing full. Carrie is an influencer. She has partnerships. She's got brand deals out there. She's got a whole restaurant. She could put a cafe on the place and run it as a branch of. She could put a branch of what's it, a Brick and Spoon, or what's her restaurant, Brick and Spoon. You could put a whole Brick and Spoon on that establishment, like a cafe form of it, and you can have a whole, like I said, I would do a resort. There's not a lot of Black owned resorts. I would do a resort. I would gear towards Black women. I would gear towards, women, Black women, but I would gear towards women who are looking for a place to do girls trips. And like I said, bachelorette, probably I would put together a bachelorette package. I mean, I would also have places there that are co-ed type situation. I don't want men to feel excluded, but that's how I would market it. It would be there for everybody. But I would have honeymoon packages. I would have girls trip packages. I would have bachelorette packages, graduation packages. You just graduated, you want to take a trip with your family, boom, let's baby. And within 2 years, that land will be making, money. And then now we're talking about generational wealth. Now we're talking about this land is making money for us. Again, I don't know the numbers. I would have to, you would have to talk to somebody that know how to do it. You would, you have the Glenn, not Glenn, Leticia's husband. He has a whole company on tree removal. Like, hello, can you come down here and give me an estimate? What's that going to look like? Find you an architect to come down there. What would a glamping? Go to a couple of places that do glamping. Do some research. Go stay at a couple of places. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you think y'all should do? I will put a spa. I will put a full service spa. I will put a gym. I definitely put a pool. And I would probably make it an adult only resort. So you could have like a swim up bar in the pool. Child. 400 acres in the middle of nowhere. You can tell I'm a ride or die fan or really be. I'm watching Serena in a deciding set on TV and really be on the sale. I really appreciate you, kids. I'm about to get off of here so we could give all of that to Serena because I'm about to get off of here. We'll be back at 6:45 for my birthday party. So all y'all come back. All y'all come back. Hey. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna party. We're gonna have a good time for a couple of hours. All right. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.